my name is Megan and today I am coming at you with a mini manga haul. So I initially wanted to do something very similar to, my boyfriend picks out my books, my boyfriend does my makeup, my boyfriend picks out my clothes, that kind of theme of books or of video. But my boyfriend is very shy and doesn't want to be on camera. He doesn't even like his voice to be on camera. So I was like, I'm not going to force you to do something that obviously he doesn't want to do. But I did have him pick out some manga for me because I'm trying to kind of expand my manga reading horizons, I suppose. So I was like, you pick out these books. There's only one rule. He couldn't pick out a book that he wanted me to read that he knew I was not interested in at all. So if there was something that he had read that he was like, you should read this, and I was like, nope, not interested, that doesn't intrigue me in the slightest. And if he picked it out for me, I would have been like, nope, I'm not buying that, because I'm the one that was buying all these books in the end. So if it was something I knew I wasn't gonna like, I would have just put it back on the shelf and picked up something that intrigued me. That being said, I did pick out one manga for myself because I'd kind of been keeping an eye out for it and I was really excited to see it. So I'm going to start with that, and that manga is Flying Witch, and this is like a slice of life kind of story with like elements of magic but also everyday magic, and it takes place in rural Japan. And so I wanted to read this because I watched the anime on Crunchyroll and I really liked it. It was really cute and fun and quirky and just very kind of chill, I found. So I really wanted to read the manga, even though it's very similar to the series and there are some differences, but of course it's like quite similar. And I'm okay with that. Like normally I don't really want to spend the money on something that I am basically just watching, but I really liked it. I just really liked the story, so I was okay with that. So the next three are the ones that Eric picked out for me, and the first one is Orange. So this is a story that Eric had been watching the series on Crunchyroll and had been talking to me about it, and so I Wikipedia'd it to kind of find out what was happening so I could kind of interact with him. And it sounds interesting. I am kind of intrigued by it. Basically, this girl receives a letter from her future self, and the future self is trying to prevent something from happening in the past, obviously. And so basically this whole group of friends receives these letters from their future selves, and they are all trying to prevent a suicide of one of their friends. So it is a very intense topic, but from the sounds of things, it's kind of nice and fun. But I don't know how I'm going to like it because I do not like sad stories. I don't like sad movies. I hate them. I just don't like feeling sad and depressed or anything like that. So I try to avoid it as much as I can. And I know it's supposed to be very like cheerful, like look at, what you have to live for, everybody cares. It's supposed to be a very positive book, but I think that kind of the darkness of like the suicide might hinder it a little bit in that way. I don't know. We'll see how it is. I don't really know too much about it besides the basic premise. But I think this is actually really apropos because my mom actually just had a student commit suicide a couple weeks ago, and it just kind of struck very close to home for her and like all of her kids and then like her students. And then having this book to read, I think it's definitely like a sign that's the time to read it. This will be interesting to read what happens in here. So the next book is Your Name, and this is the first one, and I really don't know too much about this one either. Again, Eric was watching the series, the anime series, and picked it out for me, it sounds like a Freaky Friday kind of thing where they swap bodies, but they're people from two completely different areas, and then it sounds like maybe they fall in love with each other and they're able to like obviously affect each other's lives with their decisions and whatnot. So we'll see. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. It just kind of sounds like Freaky Friday to me, but we'll see. And the last manga is Sweetness and Lightning. So this one is about a single dad who is a teacher, and he has this daughter, and his wife has obviously just passed away as he is a single father. And he's trying to figure out how to cook, I guess. I suppose like his wife obviously cooked and he's trying to figure that out. And one of his students comes to cook for him. So I'm not really sure how this is going to play out, if this is going to be like a super kind of weird and creepy, you know, 40-year-old man hitting on a 16-year-old girl, or if it's just going to be like kind of fun, lighthearted, that kind of thing. So we'll see. It looks like it's going to be lots of fun, and it does sound interesting on the back, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so that is my very small mini manga haul chosen by the boyfriend type deal. Let me know what your favorite mangas are if you read them, and if you are interested in manga at all. I, as I've said, really like the slice of life, kind of quirky type stories, typically like Devil's a Part-Timer, Flying Witch, I like fairy tale, that kind of thing. I don't really like anything too intense, and I know a lot of manga is very critical of like society and societal norms and stuff like that, or at least those are the kinds of mangas that Eric reads, and he tries to get me to read them, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with that. I don't like dystopia stuff at all. So let me know if you have any series that you would recommend. Anyway, that is all for today. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!